What's going on, guys? Sacred Survival here. Welcome back to another Bleach Rebirth of Souls video. We have Harribel today as our character reveal trailer, and this is maybe starting the countdown to the last three Espada earlier than I thought they would have. I would have thought maybe leading up to the last 3 weeks of release, they would have gone in reverse order for the last three Espadas, going Harribel, then Baragon, then Stark. But as of recording, we have about 5 weeks until the game comes out. So my opinions, or maybe my guess on what they are doing leading up to launch, has changed a little bit. But nonetheless, we're going to give this trailer a reaction, and then we're going to go back and break down this character's kit as much as we can in these 1-minute trailers. I have not seen this yet, so it's going to be a blind reaction, no pausing as always, and then we'll go back, pause, break down everything. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. We have Harribel today, Espada number 3. Real quick before we get into the video and actually watch it, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, help me reach the next milestone of 350 subscribers before this game comes out in March. And if you guys didn't know, I will be streaming this game pretty much the entire week of launch, the 21st to the 28th. Landing on the 28th is my birthday. I'll be streaming this game that whole week. I took that entire week off. So if you guys want to see it live and maybe do some viewer battles with me, subscribe to my Twitch channel. Link is in the description, and I'll see you guys over there. But let's just go ahead and get into this trailer. Let's see what we have with Harribel. So I think maybe they're going to do like reverse order 3, 2, 1 on the Espada, and then we'll have one more like launch trailer 2 weeks before it comes out, and maybe that might confirm like more than one character. That's what I'm guessing. Trader Espada, whose goal is to a world without sacrifices. Yep.
Time for a purge.
Time for a purge. Oh, she has a special condition. Something about when the gauge reaches 50%, does more damage. Hola Azul. A range attack. Big slice. Okay, that's kind of like a combo move. I've always liked her hollow blade. It's kind of like empty on it. Cool, of course. Did not get to read a single word of that. Of course. All right. I mean, pretty much what we would expect. Third Espada. She's definitely, I could tell from right there, she's a bit more censored than she is in the anime. You know, her fucking boobs hanging out underneath and stuff. They did a little bit more censorship in the game, which is fine. I wonder if they will have like different costumes. That's a good question, if like every character is going to have like at least one other costume, because for some of these Espada and Rancor, like this is pretty much the only way we've seen them. So I wonder what they're going to do for multiple costumes. Let's say characterized by overwhelming, unrelenting attacks that will leave the opponent no time to rest. Okay, kind of like in her one fight that she has basically versus Toshido. She definitely did put the pressure on him quite a bit. So let's go back and let's actually break down what's going on in this trailer, because it all happens way too fast. Let's see. One of my favorite Zanpakuto looking I like that it's shorter and fatter. I like that it's like an empty sword. I really do like that. Trace Espada, whose goal is to have a world without sacrifices. She becomes stronger the more she attacks enemies in a combo. Okay. So the longer the combo, the more damage she's doing. Alright, we have the aura gauge. Accumulates when Harribel's attack lands on the opponent. When the gauge accumulates over 50%, the attack power increases. The performance of each move will be enhanced. The gauge will gradually decrease when attack doesn't land for a certain time. So as it just said in the beginning there, this is kind of like as the combo continues, this bar goes up. So I assume it fills up rather quickly. Interesting. I wouldn't have necessarily expected her to be a combo character. Gauge accumulates over 50%. The attack power increases. Performance of each move will be enhanced. So I'm guessing that just means your moves will be doing more damage when this is over 50%. I wonder, so what's the point of even having it reach 100% if the bar activates at 50%? You know? Interesting. I like that this is the Katakura town stage. There's a lot of detail back here, actually. fake Katakura Town arc. They have back here a lot of different buildings with actual like rendered billboards and like actual buildings very far off in the distance. This is very detailed of a stage. I wonder like if buildings can be destroyed, or if like this is just kind of the bounds of the map and like you won't destroy any buildings or anything. Because I know once you are on the ground, like the ground can be destroyed, but I wonder how far they take the destruction. I would assume that like none of these major buildings back here could be destroyed, but who knows? That would be interesting. All right, Spiritual Pressure move 1, we have Ola Azul, a long-range attack that charges the Spiritual Pressure to the blade and then fires. The damage is not great. Just flat out saying, the damage is not great, but is useful to accumulate the R gauge and keep foes at bay from a distance. Okay, so can this be comboed into? Or comboed at the end of a combo, maybe? This could be like an ender. But if it's a long range move, I assume you would do this and then go into the combo. So this would be a good way to start filling up that gauge so that when you actually get in and start doing a combo, you already have some of that gauge filled. But pretty generic projectile there with not great damage, as they say. Then we have Spiritual Pressure move 2, I'll show you. A triple strike combo move that executes a larger rising slash. The aura gauge can be greatly accumulated if it lands, but can be guarded, so you must be careful when to activate. So yeah, probably don't do this on block. This seems like definitely a combo move. Like, is this an extender though? I think maybe if you're using the white reverse action, you can like combo in and out of this. And in that case, this is going to be a move that is very useful for filling up that gauge. I can imagine if you're in the white reverse one, I'm pretty sure that's the one that allows you to continue combos. Or maybe that's the yellow. I don't know. Maybe. I still got a little bit of learning to do. But yeah, whatever one allows you to continue combos, this will actually be crazy for that. Because I wonder if like by getting the gauge to 100%, does it then increase the damage more? They only talked about 50%, but then I'm wondering what the point is. I guess just so that you can have it be over 50% for longer. So like, let's say you get the gauge up to 80%, but then you start getting hit. And then by the time you get your turn back, you're still at like 55 or 60. So you're starting your next combo already being above 50%. So you don't have to worry about accumulating it to 50 within that combo again. I'm assuming that's what that's for actually. So depending on how slow the gauge depletes, she's going to be doing a lot of damage actually. But I do wonder if maybe in her resurrection, you can amplify that damage even more. All right, we have like an actual combo move there, and then obviously we have her resurrection. So that's what I was saying right here, right where this line is in the source material, that is non-existent. Her tits are ready to fall out in the source material, but obviously a little bit of censorship here. Same thing with her actual release. You can see right here, it's like a full-on bra. Yeah, so just a little bit of censorship. That's fine though. Okay, Awakening. Harribel's performance is enhanced by releasing Tiburon with Resurrection. By increasing attack performance, it would be easier to push through the opponent. Also, Harribel's weapon will change from a dagger to a long-range sword, and the reach will extend, making the option extend to mid-range. What does that mean? By increasing attack performance, it would be easier to push through the opponent. Interesting choice of words there. I'm guessing this means just she'll have longer range. It'll be easier to get combos going. Yeah, performance is enhanced, increasing attack performance, easier to push through the opponent. Not entirely sure what they mean by that, but it sounds like it's just going to be a kind of generic power-up again. But obviously changing from a dagger to a longsword will greatly increase your range. And for a combo character, that is pretty huge. So even with her resurrection, they just showed her doing a simple combo string. They really did not show anything with her resurrection. Leads me to believe that's going to be pretty basic, just like a performance boost with increased range in her case. But they really didn't show. Like, I'm very interested that like none of her spiritual pressure moves are water based. That's like her Zanpakuto is like controlling water. It's her spiritual pressure moves or her, because they didn't show any signature moves. Now that I think about it, they showed 2 spiritual pressure moves. So these are going to cost meter, but will build that gauge. And any of your moves can build the gauge. Actually, it's very interesting that they didn't show any of her signature moves. We're going to have to take a look at her like actual character chart on the website to see what her signature moves are. Because for Harribel to have no water-based attacks, even in Resurrection, that seems like a big oversight. And I'm assuming that they just didn't show it to us in this for whatever reason. And they just wanted to emphasize more that she's a combo character. But okay, I mean, honestly, to me, I would say a little bit underwhelming, but I just think that maybe we weren't shown everything that she's capable of. I mean, obviously we weren't, but we weren't shown the right things, maybe. Overwhelming, unrelenting attacks that'll leave the opponent no time to rest. I mean, I could see that because even when they're at a distance, you have that 1 spiritual pressure attack that you can just shoot a pretty fast projectile. Yeah, that is pretty fast. Does use meter, but is pretty fast. This will really depend on what her signature moves are, because they showed us none of those. Depending on that, she could be an actually very interesting character, but just based off the 2 spiritual pressure moves, I'm like, okay, but what else is there? Like, I'm fine with what we got to see, but this is there's a lot that still needs to be discovered with her. Like, any water-based attacks would be like, she has like tidal waves, and like she could have such cool shit. I do think probably her Keycone moves are going to look pretty cool, which is a missed opportunity that they don't show off any of the characters' Keycone moves in the trailer. I think maybe you get a little tease at like the end of like the start of an animation or something of what they could be, but you really don't get to see that at all. All right, well, not much shown in this trailer, to be honest. Not as much as I would like, even less so than I think like other characters have shown. You know, within a minute, we've gotten to see a signature move, a spiritual pressure move, and had at least a good takeaway on some characters. This might be the most that I'm still like, I'm not 100% sure what this character is supposed to be like in this game. Obviously, she has a combo gauge where the longer the combo is, but depending on what her signature moves are, I don't see really how this pertains to the character all that much. Like, they just kind of gave her combo moves and yellow energy. And not really her water-based powers that I would have expected, but who knows? Who knows? I'll be sure to take a look at that character chart on the website, on the Rebirth of Souls website, to see what her signature moves are, because I think that will be the saving grace of this character. But moving on to predictions, I think we are soundly in the Espada territory now. I mean, we're on the backs of Neutra and now Harribel. So it's got to be Baragon next week. That's going to be very interesting. I assume he's going to have a special gauge as well, where he has his freaking death touch aura. That's going to be interesting to put into a gameplay mechanic. Not sure how they're going to do that. But they did Soy Phones, they did Wabisques, which all have like a very interesting kind of unique effect. So I have faith that they're going to do Baragon justice. And then obviously I'm assuming next week after that we're going to get Stark, which Stark might be a top 5 character contender for me, just on like what I'm going to be playing, not like already assuming the tier list. But so I'm assuming we're going to go in reverse order leading up to the release of the game. But that does leave us 2 weeks, I believe, after the next 2 Espada before the release of the game. And I would assume either 2 weeks or 1 week before the game comes out, we're going to be getting a sort of launch trailer that might confirm some other costumes, might confirm some other characters. I know some people are still expecting like Momo and Yumachika to get in, and really I just don't see it, I just don't. I don't really, as much as I like both of those characters, particularly Yumachika, I don't really need them in a fighting game, to be fair. Like I don't really care to have them on like main roster or DLC for that matter. I'm not really a big Momo fan, so I'm fine leaving her out. But she's the most durable character in Bleach, so maybe she needs to be in. But yeah, I think that about does it for predictions. Let me know who you guys think will be next. If somehow you think it's not going to be Baragon, I'm very interested to hear your train of thought in that, because I don't know. I don't know who else it would be, but maybe I'll look stupid in a week's time. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and help me reach my next goal of 350 subscribers. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.